Hi, I'm Figment. Welcome back. This is part 2. If you haven't been watching, if you haven't seen part 1 of this video, probably go watch that because this is gonna make zero to no sense from here on out. Um, and I mean that. Okay. So you're basically just using this video application. Geez, this image editing application to get your one image and as many file types as you possibly can. That's it. You don't need to use anything else from Photoshop, nothing else from the other application. So that's the good news. This is not like you don't have to be a whiz at Photoshop and a whiz at like 5 different applications to do this. All you need to do is have one and be able to use a save as command, and that's it for Photoshop. Save as, different file types, you get them all, put them in a folder so you know where they're at. That's it. So now that we have our images and we have our variations of our images in different file types, you're going to want to move on to we're going to move on to our next application, which is a completely free application. So no biggie here. That next application is Audacity. Now you might be asking, Audacity is an audio editor. Why are you using Audacity when you can just use Reason? Like, why use an audio editor in place of an audio editor? Well, that's a good question. The interesting thing about it, and the reason why I'm using Audacity, is because, well, Audacity is a really neat program. I've used this to do a couple of things that's pretty useful. It's um, it's a really cool free tool. But what I'm trying to say here is Audacity does a couple of things, a few things that Reason can't do. And the interesting thing about that is when you go to Audacity, by the way, if I didn't mention it's free, it is. Just Google Audacity and you should be able to get it for Mac or for Windows. So, no problem there. Oops, didn't mean to press that. If you go to File and you go to Import, you see Audacity has a few different options. It can import audio. So can Reason. It can import MIDI. So can Reason. Labels. But it can also import something called raw data, which Reason can't do. And this is what's really going to make this work. So you have all your images lined up of all your different the images you selected, and they're in different file types. You open Audacity, you go to import, you say import raw data. Ugh, excuse me. And then you can select, let's say, a GIF. This is another image I chose, or a JPEG 2000, or a bitmap, whatever. So I just selected a bitmap, which is definitely an image. And from here, you're going to get a little window that you can choose your sample rate and your channels. I'm going to switch it to stereo. And that even sounds so bizarre right there. Stereo or mono for an image, sample rate 44.1 hertz. It's a picture, it's a bitmap. How does that make sense? Now, remember me saying it's something I'm still toying with and I don't totally get? I don't totally get it. But it will import this raw data of this JPEG. We'll say import, or I think it was a bitmap actually. And boom. Now inside of Audacity, you have an audio file, a stereo audio file, pulled from a JPEG, a bitmap, a GIF, a TIFF, an image. That's kind of cool. Now, there's two things. The reason why I told you to split one image out into all file formats possible is because when you import this image or this raw data into Audacity, it is It's not so much, I've learned this, it's not so much the image you put in, but it's also the file type as well, because I took the same image, split it across like 10 different file types, and imported the same image in 10 times and got different results based on if it was a PNG, or if it was a GIF, or if it was a bitmap, or so on and so forth. So that's the real reason why I want to split it up. Now, it's really kind of hit or miss. I've still been working with that in the sense that I'm telling you, 8 times out of 10, you're probably going to get some form of white noise. Let's just check what this is real fast. I'm guessing it's going to be some kind of white noise. Well, not pure white noise. Hold on. Let me turn this down. I just realized that. I'll turn that down. Yeah, also when you do this too, you might want to turn this down. Turn down your system audio too, because yeah, when you import that raw data, you're going to get some serious clipping. So, sorry if I blew out your speakers there, or you had to hear that clipping. Now, that wasn't really pure white noise. That was actually kind of had some other elements to it. But sometimes, most 8 times out of 10, you're going to get some variation of noise. But there will be 2 times out of those 10 where you'll get something interesting, something different. That's, well, you have to find out what it is you're going to get, because I can't tell you depending on the image of the file type you chose. So let's actually get rid of this file because I don't need it. Now that I explained how you're going to get these images in here. That sounds so weird. Getting these images in here, and in here is Audacity. I have a few here, a few different files that I saved just to show you guys some of the different stuff you're going to get. So I'll start from the bottom up. I just tried to save some that are not just pure white noise. So here's one example. That was kind of weird. I didn't think it'd end there. Maybe I had a... Oh yeah, I got a selection thing going here. That's what it is. Can I get rid of that? Actually, hold on. No, I'll just do this. There we go. Alright, that'll do. So I just played that bottom. I'll just play it again now, since that window's out of the way. No, come on. Okay. Let's go up and hear this one. Let's go up and hear this one. So even that sound right there kind of had a weird kind of pad envelope sound, where it kind of had a low attack or a swell up in volume, like if it had an amp envelope, and then a kind of decay out and down, which is pretty weird. Let's hear this one. And let's hear this one. Ah, there's my example. There's my example of white noise. Most of the time you get something like this, which is pretty much just white noise. I wasn't so interested in that because there are already a lot of ways to generate noise in Reason, from the subtractor to the Thor to there's noise all over that thing. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here, and I'll meet you guys on the other side.